Guys, you know that your hobbies don't have to actually cost you money? Many of us are actually making substantial incomes by tapping into our passions and what we love doing the most. This episode is all about that. We've got 20 examples of hobbies that you can turn into cash. Make sure you stick around for this episode coming up next. Number one, shopping. Who doesn't love to shop, guys, right? So what if you could turn shopping into an income? There are a lot of different ways that you could do this. Things like mystery shopping or being a secret shopper, or being somebody that does product reviews or blogging. One area that I've seen really enhancing income streams for people over the last number of years is being able to do reviews on your own YouTube channel. By supporting your own hobby of shopping, you can actually take products and you can do thorough unboxings and analysis of those products in order to actually help other people make decisions while they're shopping. And there are a lot of channels that are doing this today, but not only can you be paid through YouTube by your monetization and ad revenues, you can also be paid by companies to sponsor their particular product. You can actually unveil or do a review and be paid to do it. My significant other actually has a sister that does this with about 500,000 person fan base on Facebook. As a health person and dietitian, she's able to create meals and recipes that she shares on her social media platform. And this woman will never pay for food again. All of these food and product companies actually supply her with these items in order to reveal them and display them on her channel. And by her featuring their products, not only is she often paid in these brand endorsement deals, but she is, again, also getting the products for free. But you can also establish an affiliate relationship through Amazon by doing these types of unboxings or product reviews. And anytime somebody purchases whatever you're describing on the channel, you can make a pretty decent income. We learned about this back in 2008 and 9, and we were able to generate a 6-figure income at that time by just simply creating affiliate relationships. And from that point on, we've generated massive amounts of affiliate revenues. So this is a really good one for you. I think it's a great way for people who love to shop to tie that hobby into generating additional cash flow. Number two, I'm a middle of 3 boys, and I have always been big into organizing. So if you're an organizer and you like things really tidy, you can obviously provide that type of service. You can become a high-end organizer. You can sell that service even through places like Craigslist. Just go onto Craigslist, do a search for organizing, and you'll see many people who are already engaged in this industry. This is a great way to side hustle and earn additional income. Go out and organize people's garages, help organize people's offices, help organize people's computers. Just think of your computer. Mine is a perfect example. I have so many files. It's really pretty overwhelming. And not only do I have files on my computer, but I have files in the cloud, and I have files on hard drives, external hard drives. It gets to a point where you almost feel like you don't know where certain things are. And if you have that organizational skill, you can start to market that to people who need it desperately and are willing to pay good money for it. Number 3, are you an animal lover? Man, I've been a dog guy my entire life. I had a cat when I was a child. Love the independence of cats, but people obviously are dependent on care when they want to spend time away from their pets. So this is another great way of generating additional income. Post an ad on Craigslist and go and take care of somebody's house. This is another awesome way of actually getting a little adventure out of it. Sometimes you can actually be kind of a live-in pet sitter while people go away, and you have a little mini vacation for yourself. So lots of little perks that come from being an animal lover. Even just being a dog walker, you can make extra income this way. It doesn't cost a lot of money. In fact, oftentimes a business like that can be virtually free. Some of our coaching members have actually recently dived into is becoming pet groomers. And one coaching member in particular has recently started a pet grooming business out in Minnesota. And with our help helping get them access to debt weapons, they were even able to get their own brick and mortar location. And the business has taken off, already profitable within the first 90 days. So a lot of great ways to tie your passion and love for animals into additional income streams. Fourth, maybe you're like me and you love music. Music has always been a really important part of my life. I played the cello for 10 years, from the age of 4 until 14, when frankly it just wasn't cool anymore. I had to move on to the guitar. Guys, I gotta tell you, I've had music teachers my entire life. I've had some of the most well-known instructors in Colorado teaching me how to improve my skills as a musician. And this is something that perhaps you can also offer if you have a talent for music. Maybe you're a singer and you're a vocalist, you want to help somebody improve their vocal skills, or you've played an instrument. You can certainly easily sell this service with very little, if any, money out of your own pocket. That's another great way of generating some extra revenue for yourself as well. Number 5, perhaps you're a sports fanatic. Sports, a number of different ways of making some money here. I don't want to suggest that betting is the best option, but perhaps you know what you're doing and you can make some money on the side by placing the right bets or joining the right fantasy leagues. However, I would offer alternatives. Perhaps coaching a team or even refereeing teams would be another great way of adding to your existing income streams. Number 6, writing. Writing is one of those skills that not all of us have. It is a really valuable skill set and one that people will pay big money for. There are many sites that support the skill of writing today, whether you want to be a copywriter or a ghostwriter, or even author your own book. Guys, you can create, publish ebooks so easily today without a lot of cost out of your own pocket. If you're just simply looking to outsource your services to other experts, or want to ghostwrite for somebody else, add copy to a business, there are many websites that will support this. Sites like Fiverr.com. We've talked about Fiverr a number of times on this channel. Still today, one of my favorite websites for professionals. If you're a great writer, you can go on and sell gigs on that website for people that need your skills. Sites like Elance, freelancer.com, People for Hire, or TaskBullet. These are all areas where you can get paid by the hour or per the project, or even just going on Craigslist and posting your services for hire there. We've hired people for hundreds and hundreds of dollars to help write some of the most important copy to this business, and it's made us tens of thousands. So if I were to spend $1,000 to make $10,000, that's a great trade-off. So writing could be one of those skills that many businesses can rely on you for. Number 7, photography and videography. One of the things that I've been relying on more this year than ever before are really top-notch videographers. If you're skilled with a camera in any way, shape, or form, places like Shutterfly or stock footage needs great videos and photography, you can go in and sell your work to websites and you can earn an income from this. Cafe Press is another great resource for that as well. So if this is something that you feel you're skilled at, I would explore this option further. For us, we actually have posted ads on Craigslist the last 3 times that we brought photography or videographer work into our business. So if you're great with a camera, start perusing Craigslist to begin with to see who might be able to benefit from your services. Number 8, web design and coding. This is an amazing space. In fact, if I were to have a child and wanted to get them started early, I would have them learn the art of coding. Learning the art of coding is one of the highest paying industries that exists right now. So I would look to developing not just your web coding or web design skills, but then starting to actually explore ways to monetize that. You can do this for other businesses. Again, websites like Freelancer or Fiverr.com are an excellent starting point to generate leads on a continual basis. And from there, you could even start your own projects where you're teaching how-tos to other people that want to learn. And that could happen through websites like YouTube, or you can create your own platform locally through your own website. But this is something that you can do virtually, which means you can do it virtually anywhere. And that's a very important thing for most people, is maintaining a level of freedom. Most of the lists that I'm creating here for you guys, as far as alternative streams of income, we're creating freedom of geography. And I think freedom of location, again, is more popular to most people than just simply having the freedom to retire and never work again. Most people love to work, they just don't love the obligation of being trapped geographically. So if you can practice any one of these things, but do so anywhere in the world, that's pretty special. Number 9, carpentry and woodworking. Let's say you're the creative, hands-on type of person. This is another great way of using your passions and your hobbies to make extra money, because you can just build things. It gives you the opportunity to tap into your creative space, design things for people, and then go online and sell them on sites like Craigslist, Etsy, Pinterest, etc. So I've seen this work. It can be another great way of making hundreds or even thousands of dollars per month in additional income. When you make another $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 per month in net cash flow, and you add that to whatever you have today, the pace with which you can accelerate your results using all of the techniques on this channel increases in a fairly spectacular way. So any even small amount of money that you can add to your cash flow position is going to make an enormous difference to you over the long run. Number 10, baking and cooking. Baking and cooking has become this huge trend in general. If you're great in the kitchen, guys, there is a massive sum of income to be generated. As I said earlier, my significant other has a sister, and she has created this huge database of followers and is making well over $250,000 per year by selling recipes, sponsorships, advertising, AdSense, monetizing videos, etc. Not to mention, she's getting all of these products to review and display in her videos and tutorials. Therefore, she gets lots and lots of her food for free, and she makes a great living doing it. So if you're great in the kitchen, consider ways that you can share that information with others. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of YouTube. I think you should just start creating your own videos and displaying your work there. Make them enticing, make them exciting, and take it seriously. Don't just treat it like a hobby anymore. Start treating it like a business. And while you can, in fact, get away doing this for very little to no money out of your own pocket, except for the cost of the ingredients, which you get to enjoy, obviously, after you finish the product. You could monetize this by spending a little bit of extra money. You can do this by bringing on a small team, maybe just one person to help you cut the videos for yourself. You could do that for a relatively inexpensive amount of money. You could do that for 5, 10, 20 hours per week, and you could start to see results after a period of time. It might take a year before you start to see the results, but if it took 1 year for you to generate $50,000, that second year, that's a $25,000 per year average. If you're paying somebody to help you with that project, say $10,000 per year, the net to you is $15,000. If that second year generated $50,000, imagine what might be generated in the third year, fourth year, fifth year, etc. If you're still only paying $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to the person that's helping you or the people that are helping you, obviously that net cash flow or net profit difference stays with you. So that is a great way of starting to build a business, and over time, you could literally transition the way that you're making money today into exclusively new streams of income that you prefer. So many people that watch this channel are just simply not happy with what they're doing. Again, this goes back to being as honest with yourself as you can. If you're not happy with what you're doing today to earn income, eventually the best case scenario is that you will transition away from doing this and not have to do it anymore. Number 11, if you can transform what you're most passionate about into some sort of a review, a blog, some sort of a critique, somewhere where you're driving traffic and eyeballs to what you're writing, then you can generate revenue from it. So just be hyper aware of how your knowledge about something might actually convert into dollars and cents. Whether you're passionate about cars, you love to fish, you love food, you can get in there and start writing your own critiques about this information, at which point you can get those brand deals, you can get those sponsorships, you can sell advertising, you can get sponsors, you can actually generate monetization through sources like YouTube, etc. So very cool way of, I think, diversifying income streams and doing so in many different ways. Number 12, guys, gardening. Do you love being outdoors? Are you great with that green thumb? Then get out there and help other people like me who are terrible at it make sure their gardens are seasonally ready. There are obviously a lot of places where you can publish those services. I think probably the most obvious would be Craigslist for your local area. But get out there and really start to help your neighbors. Enjoy more time in the sun. Enjoy what you do loving the most, and get paid while you're doing it. Number 13, sewing or handcrafting, embroidery, etc. I literally just got back from the dry cleaners, and I had a couple of pair of shorts that needed some repairs. 2 tears cost me about 25 bucks. It couldn't take them more than 5 minutes per garment to get this repaired. So Had I found an alternative that would have been slightly less expensive, I probably would have taken it. This is where, again, going on Craigslist and getting your services and your skills out there to the public can definitely generate money fairly quickly for you. But there are also more creative ways where you can create full projects and sell them on sites like Etsy. These are obviously, I think, great creative outlets for people. So start figuring out how you can take that creativity and make some money doing it. Number 14, something that we all wished we could have done as little boys, being professional gamers. If gaming is your thing and you love video games, get out there and start making money doing it. Obviously, if you're going in and doing game reviews, there is monetization available in that, but I think the even bigger opportunity here is creating a big community on sites like this on YouTube and really starting to do screen capture and narration, voiceover stuff. I mean, the gaming websites bring in some of the biggest traffic. As long as you're keeping it clean and brand sanitized, meaning that brand deals actually are able to sponsor your video with ads. Just keep in mind, YouTube is getting more and more strict about who they will allow ads for and who they won't. And usually that's very family-friendly, family-oriented type of content. So try to keep the profanity at a minimum and try and play games that are more appealing to those advertisers with YouTube in order to make sure you're getting paid for all of those views. Number 15, collecting. Collecting can be such a great way of increasing an equity position and generating revenue later. You just never know when you might catch that perfect antique or collectible that ends up being worth substantially more than what you paid for it. So keep your eye on things like estate sales. These are, a lot of times where people are emotionally motivated to get rid of belongings and get rid of property that somebody in their family no longer needs. And perhaps they're unaware of the value of these items, or they just are anxious to get rid of it because they don't have the space to keep it. So that's a great place to start if you happen to have an interest in collecting. Number 16, are you one of those people that just can't help yourself and you have to correct everybody? Why not turn it into some money? Guys, this is a great way to get on Freelancer, Fiverr, go in there and do some copy editing. Not only is it a good place to do copy writing or ghostwriting, you can actually go in and start to analyze people's already pre-written work. So get in there and start to reword things, check for grammar, check for spelling, and make some money at the same time. Number 17, graphic design. I've struggled with graphic design my entire career. I'm an artist. I love painting. I've always been somebody that loves to draw, but for one reason or another, graphic design has never been a skill. And we've spent a ton of money on design work over the years. Honestly, people here domestically can make $50, $60, $70 per hour. Our designer makes above that. You can get out there and really put that artistic skill to work for you in generating additional income by working with small business owners, working with big companies, helping build logos, helping design advertising, helping create brochures, business cards, and other marketing materials. Design work is incredibly valuable, and if you don't know where to start, rely on places like Fiverr and Freelancer to showcase your work. There's another great website called 99 Designs, a website that we've used a couple of times where you can go in and actually compete for projects. If you think you're good and your work will stand up to other graphic designers, this is another time where you can start to get in and really start to generate some additional income from that skill. Number 18, craft working. We talked a little bit about this before with embroidery, Fiverr, Etsy, Pinterest, Craigslist. These are all sites where you can display your work and find people who may be interested. Number 19, are you a people person? Do you love networking? Are you the type of person that likes to get out there, shake hands, smile, and get to know people? Then networking is another terrific way of identifying other streams of perhaps unexpected income. Things like Airbnb. What if you were able to go on to couchsurfer.com and host people periodically into your home? If you have just a little extra space, just one couch for somebody to sleep on, there's a great way of making extra money. People who are doing Airbnb or VRBO are oftentimes able to not only live for free, but actually earn a profit above and beyond their expenses each month. And finally, number 20, guys. 20? Is that 20? Okay, so 20. This is my favorite, of course, YouTube. You can literally create a video or a channel surrounded on any subject. This has been proven with us, but it took time. And this is something I want to continue to detail more and more in future videos for you guys and just kind of show you how we're doing some of this. But in part of the videos that we recently posted, I highlighted the fact that we have current projects that are producing for us
$30, $40, $50,000 every single month in residual income streams that, quite honestly, are somewhat passive. By just simply creating new videos and being an influencer, we can drive traffic into various funnels in order to sell products or services. And that has been incredibly lucrative for us. In fact, on just this channel alone, if we were to maintain the pace that we hit just last week alone, we would be at somewhere in the vicinity of $3.5 to $4 million in a year on just this one channel. Guys, there are a lot of ways that you can do this if you're passionate about different subjects. If you're an industry professional in something, we're already teaching a small handful of people how they can be really successful utilizing YouTube, which, by the way, has cost us somewhere in the neighborhood of about $25,000 to create that type of income. Very, very good trade-off if you ask me. So keep your eyes open for more information regarding YouTube and how you can make more money doing that. There may be a time where we actually start to provide some solutions like coaching, mentorship, guidance, products that help you actually achieve similar results to what we've done. But in the meantime, just start to get creative with what it is you're most passionate about and just start to put videos out there. Again, we didn't earn any money on YouTube for roughly the first year of remaining consistent with it. So the more consistent you are, the more content you put out, the more YouTube favors you and suggests your videos. And as long as the content is really high quality, you can make money using it. So guys, these are 20 of my favorite ways of diversifying your income. But I will say this, that regardless of these options, still there is nothing better than the most passive and residual options available. So identify for yourself how you can continue to earn money through systems and automation each and every month, regardless of whether or not you even get out of bed. This will allow you that same freedom of opportunity, freedom of geography, freedom of choice that I've managed to acquire over the last 12 months. And this is what I want to help everybody get to as soon as possible. Really appreciate you checking out the channel today, guys. If you want to see us do more lists, please make sure you thumbs up this video. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, but then make sure you click that small bell and turn on those notifications so that you're alerted every time we announce a new video. And lastly, I want to hear from you. Go ahead and throw a comment below. How are you side hustling? What is your favorite side hustle and way of making new money? So guys, I can't wait to hear your responses to this. How would you change my list? Can't wait to see you on the next video. Until then, make it a great day and take care.